Says free parking at Balboa Park for City of San Diego residents. We're working for you on what that means when you show up to the park.
A high surf advisory as temperatures cool off this weekend. The 7-day forecast is coming up next.
The Hotel Del has parted ways with the famous Sandcastle man. What's behind the decision and the controversy surrounding it?
We're breaking down a new ballot measure aiming to exempt certain California homeowners from property taxes.
A Carlsbad surfer writes a children's book, how he hopes a tube-riding pelican will inspire your next trip to the beach.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
We begin tonight with a major reversal at Balboa Park. After weeks of public outcry and pressure from the San Diego City Council, the mayor is changing his tune on paid parking for city residents. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Starting March 2nd, city residents will be able to park for free, but only in certain lots. CBS 8's Abby Black is live at Balboa Park tonight, working for you on possible expansion to county residents. Abby?
Marcella and Carlo, now this is what happens. If you come here on March 2nd, this is what you can expect. If you live in the city of San Diego and you come to this lot, this is Pepper Grove and some other designated lots, you can park here for free. Now, Joe LaCava, the council president, says that eventually they're hoping to expand this to county residents.
Yes! God bless the mayor. Thank you so much.
Elation as San Diego residents feed the meter, hopefully for the last time, but with caveats. Take a look at this map. We've highlighted in green the 7 lots that will be free for verified residents. We're talking about Pepper Grove, Federal, Lower and Upper Inspiration Points, Marston Point, Palisades, and B. Evanston. The catch? Prime lots near the Prado are in red, like Space Theater. Those still cost money. $5 for 4 hours, $8 for all day. I found out that that's about half of what non-residents pay. I asked Council President Joe LaCava how the city verifies license plates.
An individual that want to identify themselves as a city resident, a verified city resident, will use the city's online portal.
A simple Google search takes you to the verification page. It could take a few hours or a few days, depending on traffic. But what about the 3,000 residents who already paid for an annual pass, generating $700,000?
This will still give them access to the premium parking spots. So there is still very much value in the city residents.
So no refunds, but we also found out that the mayor made more changes. Starting on March 2nd, enforcement now ends at 6 p.m. instead of 8, and 88 placard holders can park anywhere for free.
We consider to be an important first step, but not a solution to the problem, where people should be able to park in Balboa Park for free.
We caught up with a Carlsbad woman at the parking kiosk trying to figure out how to pay.
I still live in San Diego, so that's when it's like kind of frustrating.
And maybe even open up the opportunity for what would solutions look like if you want to think about people that live outside the city.
The mayor's office has not responded to a follow-up request for comment, but in a news release, he cited concerns from residents and council, pushback that grew after our reports showed empty lots and low visitorship since fees started a month ago.
I think there should be more funding for Balboa Park from the city, not from the people.
Now, these parking fees were intended to help fill a budget deficit in the millions. One of the main reasons why the mayor dug his heels and refused to roll back any of the fees. But he says since the council is willing to work with him on some other cuts, he agreed to these new rules. But that means city services, other city services will be cut. New on CBS 8 News at 7. We also take a look at these new parking meters that are on streets that surround Balboa Park and what's happening to them.
Sounds good. A big change today, Abby. So City of San Diego residents will soon be able to get free parking in certain lots. What about the employees in Balboa Park and the volunteers who help out there?
Marcella, employees and volunteers are able to park for free in designated lots, but some mistakenly were buying a pass. Now, the Balboa Park Cultural Partnership, he says that they have registered 6,000 volunteers and employees. And while there are shuttle services that do exist, it's not ideal for everyone depending on their shifts. So he says better solutions should be available to them.
All right, work in progress, it sounds like. Thanks so much for that update, Abby. And if there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
Today, Congressman Juan Vargas says he was denied entry to the Otay Mesa Detention Center to conduct an oversight visit. Congressman Vargas says his office had received multiple reports that immigrant detainees at that facility were not getting fresh food, were repeatedly getting sick, and even being put into cages. Vargas says he had always been allowed to conduct these oversight visits in the past, but today he said the center's warden denied him entry, citing ICE and federal government policies.
Something has changed because each and every other time that I've been here, they've allowed me in and they've allowed me to go each and every place that I've asked to go. So again, I'm extremely disappointed. I think it's a violation of the law, and we'll see them in court.
A CBS News report last month said that at least 30 people died in ICE detention centers in 2025, the deadliest year for ICE detainees on record.
New tonight, the Hotel del Coronado confirms they are parting ways with the so-called Sandcastle Man. Bill Pavlica is known for creating masterpieces outside the hotel.
CBS 8's Shannon Handy has details on why he was let go.
The Sandcastle Man has been a fixture outside the Del for close to 20 years, but yesterday hotel management informed him he's no longer allowed, saying he violated hotel policies.
I'm known as the Sandcastle Man.
If you've been to the Hotel del Coronado, chances are you've seen the Sandcastle Man.
We stop here a lot and we admire it, and it's amazing.
Best parts of going for a run down here or just going for a walk is seeing what new castle he's made. I've got pictures of around Christmas time with my kids.
Since 2008, he's been the sculptor behind countless masterpieces on the sand, bringing both joy and astonishment.
There's no telling how many I've made.
His real name is Bill Pavlica. Jeff Sevely just featured him back in September when he made a sandcastle for his grandson, who is starring in Les Mis at San Diego Civic Theater.
It's amazing. 10 out of 10.
That creation is long gone. The one standing here now is his final piece, at least outside the Del. The Sandcastle Man shared a letter with CBS he says came from hotel management, stating he's no longer welcome due to, quote, conduct that violated hotel policies. The letter outlines those policies, including no physical contact with guests, no political or controversial messages, and no alcohol consumption. It also notes he received a final warning in October, though it didn't specify the violation. The letter then states a new incident involving alcohol and a negative guest experience led to the hotel's decision.
It's a loss for the community. It's a loss for Coronado Island.
I'm sad for anyone who hasn't seen them in person yet. We're going to miss out on some real treasures.
News of his termination has sparked both sadness and outrage. Earlier today, someone wrote a message on his sandcastle reading, "The GM of Adele fired our beloved Bill." Online, people have questioned what actually happened. Some believe it had to do with the Mark Twain quote on his latest castle. Get your facts first, and you can distort them as you please. The Sandcastle Man did not respond to follow-up questions asking for more details. Meanwhile, the Del sent us a statement simply saying, "We can confirm that Hotel del Coronado and the Sandcastle Man have parted ways effective February 5th. We wish the Sandcastle Man continued success." Shannon Handy.
That's pretty sad.
CBS 8.
Thanks, Shannon. Our warm weather may have people heading to the beach this weekend, but for those wanting to get into the water, a warning for you, there will be big waves and strong rip currents.
CBS 8's Alex Cheney is in tonight for Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis with what you need to know to stay safe if you are going to cool off at the coast, Alex.
A lot of ways to stay safe. One of them is just not getting in the water at all if you're not a very experienced swimmer or surfer. The waves are going to be way up this weekend. Taking a look outside tonight for your Friday night, we're getting the last rays of the sunset here. You can see it just poking through some of the clouds there. It's going to be a really nice, comfortable evening tonight. Currently about 63 degrees in the San Diego area with some calm winds. So here it is. A high surf advisory is active right now through Sunday. This is going to be up and down the Southern California coast. The went into effect at 10 a.m. this morning. Waves are expected to be in the 5 to 8 foot range with occasional 10-foot waves. The National Weather Service is reminding beachgoers of dangerous rip currents in the ocean. Rip currents are powerful channels of water that they flow away quickly away from the shore, which occur most often at low spots on breaks in the sandbar and in the vicinity of structures such as jetties and piers. The waves could cause minor tidal overflow during a late morning high tides on Saturday morning. So heed the advice of lifeguards, beach patrol flags, and signs.
The lifeguard service is recommending anyone who wants to go in the ocean know their limits watch the conditions for a while. When in doubt, check in with the lifeguards, and we will assist in putting you in the right place, the safe place where you can have the most amount of fun so that everyone goes home safe.
Yeah, knowing your limits is very important. The high surf advisory is in effect until 6 a.m. Sunday morning. I've got your full 7-day forecast coming up in just minutes.
All right, we'll see in a few.
Yeah, and you can always find an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Stream now for free.
The California Secretary of State just gave the green light to collect signatures for a ballot measure that would exempt homeowners 60 and older from paying property taxes.
CBS 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh has the details.
These proposals are initiated by voters and make it to the ballot if they get enough signatures of support. We spoke with the person behind the measure as well as experts on the implications.
We see the movement happening across the country. There are 16 states that have already done something to address the angst of seniors.
Rishi Kumar is behind a new ballot measure that would let homeowners 60 and older stop paying property taxes on their primary home. To qualify, you'd have to have lived in that home for at least 5 years or have lived in California for 10.
You don't have too many criteria, just keeping it very simple.
But experts say if this is passed in November, it would be devastating to local economies.
We don't take positions until initiatives qualify for the ballot, but we do understand how the money flows, eviscerate services in communities all up and down the state.
Graham Canals, CEO of the California State Association of Counties, says property tax is the largest source of funding for public schools statewide and allows counties to fund things like
public safety. It means elections. It means parks. It means infrastructure.
The nonpartisan legislative analyst's office says property taxes raise about $100 billion annually statewide. The office predicts this measure, if passed, would reduce local revenue by $12 to $20 billion per year and more over time. Kumar says he disagrees.
But you don't deny that there could be a loss in revenue, at least in the early onset years.
In the initial launch, yes, it's a little bit of adjustment, belt tightening that needs to happen.
Kumar argues with that belt tightening, the state can be more fiscally responsible and ultimately save money by preventing seniors from losing housing.
Meantime, how do you kind of justify the loss of revenue there?
When you look at money going back into the pockets of seniors, they're going to spend it on the local economy.
Kumar says this is a Proposition 13 Part 2 because Prop 13 doesn't do enough to ease the burden on seniors.
Proposition 13 gives homeowners predictability and dependability in the property tax system by capping their property taxes at a percentage of their purchase price, and then it can't increase more than 2% going forward per year.
Also being questioned is Kumar's intentions. Just last year, he was a candidate in the special election for Santa Clara County Assessor and campaigned heavily on this measure.
It doesn't matter whether I'm in office or running for office. This is a core component to what I seek to do.
Can he get enough signatures to qualify this for the ballot? I hope he has a sugar daddy because it's going to cost him a lot of money.
Kumar must get just under 875,000 signatures by August 4th to get this measure on the November 2026 ballot. Jenny Huh, CBS 8.
Thanks, Jenny. A hands-on learning event hoping to give an early launch to future rocket scientists.
That story is still ahead. Plus, your phone may be smart, but can its battery last all day? We break down new research looking into which phone offers the longest lasting power.
And later, a rare sight off of San Diego's coast that's leaving scientists stunned. That's after this.